Hey folks, Randy here with Dolan Cut and Trim. So I'm in the middle of the process of switching to Clearant for my payment processing. By the time this video gets posted, we'll be completely switched over. But while I was doing that process, at a certain point, the rep asked me if I used the client portal and Service Autopilot, and I was like, yeah, we do. And he said, okay, well, can you tell me what the link to it is? And I said, I have no idea, but if I go on my website, we link to it there. And so I go click on my website, and my website has been hacked. My company website has been hacked. I can't tell you, especially as a company that strongly promotes God, family, nature, like that family-oriented, God-focused oriented thing. When that's your thing, your website being hacked is a terrifying prospect. Because, how often do you check your website? I can't tell you the last time I looked at it. It's a pretty stagnant thing. I know it's not supposed to be stagnant, bro. Well, mine is. And, so it's like, I have no idea how long it's been like this. But what it was doing is it kept redirecting to new sites. And honestly, I started having a panic attack. I didn't let the whole thing go through to see its logical end, but I was terrified we were going to end up on some kind of porn site. And I was like, I cannot believe if you search for my company, you end up on porn, I don't know that actually happens, because I really didn't want to find out. And so I started panicking because, the thing is, in my business, I do everything myself. Everything, including building the website. When I was starting my business, it was a constant process of, I need this. Well, I'm going to have to learn how to do that, And so it was the same deal with my website. I needed a website. I learned how to build a website. And so I'm panicking, and I contact a friend of mine that I think does IT. We're that good of friends. I don't even know what he does for a living. And I'm like, dude, my website got hacked and it's redirecting, blah, blah, blah. What should I do? And, the problem with sending an IT person an IT question is they just assume that you do IT things, because why wouldn't you? And so he was like, oh, no problem. Just restore to a previous backup and you'll be fine. I never backed up my website. What do I look like? I didn't back it up. Come on, man. So I was like, all right. Well, if I hadn't backed it up, what would I do? And he never responded to that. He was like, I don't know. He probably was like, I can't help you. So I was freaking out, because the problem with building your own website is when things go wrong, there's no one you can call. I built that website basically like 4 or 5 years ago, and it's been pretty constant ever since then. But so I've been growing in my business, and I've been learning lawn care things over the last 4 years. I've learned nothing about websites in the last 4 years. So I'm like, still, I've actually, if anything, I've lost information because it's been so long since I've worked on it. So I'm panicking because my website's hacked. Hopefully it's not sending people to porn sites, and I have to relearn how to work on websites so that I can then solve this problem. It's, that's not a good feeling. And some people are like, well, this would be a good opportunity to get yourself another company, take care of that, take the stress off of you. I'm like, no, that's not how that works with me, buddy. So I start freaking out. I start looking it up, and I'm finding that there are people that WordPress, because that's the platform I use. There is an issue with malicious code getting inserted, which I love that term. Like, what the heck does that mean, and how does that happen? And you need to do stuff. So I don't know what to do, but I'm freaking out. So I figure, like, the one thing is you always need to have your security updates taken care of. So I go in and update all the different plugins that I use. You know, you'll be familiar with that if you know what, you know, if you've used Service Auto, WordPress. I update all the plugins, and one of the plugins I have is coming back with a ton of errors. It won't update, and it's a big, massive thing of error code. So I deactivate. No, I didn't do that yet. I installed a virus scanner or malware scanner thing, and it said, "Yep, you got something. Something doesn't look right." It won't tell me what, but for $100 it'll tell me. But something's not right. And so that's when I started updating plugins and discovered this one SEO plugin was having a problem. And, you know, it's like, okay, well, that could be my issue right there, because, you know, SEO gives you all, SEO is like got all kinds of access to codes and everything. Like, I mean, like, you know, I could see where things could get fouled up pretty easy with SEO stuff. Oh man, I surely should have wiped off my mirrors. So I deactivate that plugin and I changed the homepage, because the thing I did notice was, like, if I typed in duelandcutandtrim.com, I was getting the redirect problem. If I typed in duelandcutandtrim.com like /values or /home or any of the other actual pages, it would go to the website like normal. So I did that. When I realized that, I went ahead and switched the homepage. Go. Sorry. I went ahead and switched. I went and switched the homepage. Right now, like, originally, the homepage was actually like the lawn maintenance quote page, and I switched it to the actual homepage. Don't worry about it if you don't understand what I'm talking about. And checked it again, and the problem was fixed. So I don't know what of those things solved the problem. My suspicion is that the problem was in the SEO. What do you call it? The SEO plugin. I have a feeling that was where the problem was. But yeah, my website got hacked. Which is it's funny, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, when I started my business, I could pretty much leave, I literally could leave all my equipment on the side of the road in an unsecured trailer, and no one would touch it. But once I started doing well, thieves started stealing my stuff. And I feel like my website getting hacked is like the next level of that. Like, you know, we're doing better this year than we've ever done. I mean, that's been the truth every year we've been in business, but, you know, continuing on this year, we're doing fantastic. And so now, you know, even the internet bad guys are taking notice and, you know, trying to get their fingers into it. So I think we fixed it, or for all I know, I'm going to go on the website this morning and discover that there's even more problems. But man, that is a really crappy feeling. You know, like when something goes wrong, and it does, you know, and you gotta try and figure out how to fix it, but it's like you're clueless. Like, it's a really bad feeling, man. And the problem is, like, nothing against internet folks, but IT guys can be really snobby. I'm not talking about my friend here. I'm talking about, like, you know, I don't know if you've ever had to deal with this, but like, you know, if an IT guy looks at my website, he's like, "Oh, this looks like it was built by an amateur." It's like, well, yeah, it's because it was. You know, I mean, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm saving $600 a year, and it's generating hundreds of leads, so it must not be too bad. But yeah, actually, that's not even pertinent to this story. I guess I just had an attitude. But this is Randy with Duel and Cut and Trim, and that is my story of my website getting hacked. It was a real bummer, but appears to have been taken care of. So it's Randy with Duel and Cut and Trim. Have a good one.